Hello everyone. In this session, we will be reading and understanding a poem titled Returning, written by A.K. Ramanujan. A.K. Ramanujan is an Indian poet and a scholar of Indian literature who wrote both in English and Kannada. His poems are known for their originality, sophistication with the use of a simple language. He was awarded Sahitya Academy in the year 1999 posthumously. So today we will read and understand the poem Returning, written by A.K. Ramanujan. The poem narrates an incident where the speaker returns to his home and searches for his mother one blazing afternoon. So here the title Returning is very much significant because it is not just a physical act of returning home, but it is also a kind of returning to his childhood memories. So, in this way, we should be able to understand this poem Returning by A.K. Ramanujan. So, throughout the poem, what you can see is a kind of pathos in the voice of the narrator or the speaker. He returns and he searches for his mother in his home. He goes around, but he is unable to find her. So, what happens in the last part of the poem is very much significant. So, let's read the poem once, then we will try to understand it line by line. Returning home one blazing afternoon, he looked for his mother everywhere. She was not in the kitchen, she was not in the backyard, she was not anywhere. He looked and looked, grew frantic, looked even under the beds, where he found old shoes and dust balls, but not his mother. He ran out of the house, shouting, Amma, where are you? I am home. I am hungry. But there was no answer, not even an echo. In the deserted street blazing with sunshine. Suddenly, he remembered he was now 61 and he had not had a mother for 40 years. So it's a very simple vocabulary and language which has been used by A.K. Ramanujan, but the theme is very significant to understand over here. So he tells in the very first line, the speaker in the poem, he says, returning home one blazing afternoon. So the time of the day is afternoon and it is blazing afternoon. ಒಂದು ಸುಡುವ ಬಿಸಿಲಿನ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಮ್ ನಾನು ಮನೆಗೆ ಮರಳಿ ಬಂದೆ. ರಿಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಮ್ ಒನ್ ಬ್ಲೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್ here he refers to the speaker in the poem, that person, he looked for his mother everywhere. So the very first thing which he did after returning home was he looked for his mother everywhere. It is a common situation. We also find ourselves in such a situation many a time, because the first thing when we go back to our home, we look for our mother. So home is very significant because home is not just a physical construction, because home carries so many connotations with it, such as love, caring, and so many other things. And mother is a central part of that home. So the speaker, he returns home and he looked for his mother everywhere. ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಮನೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋಣೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಆತ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್? She refers to mother. She was not in the kitchen. So the very first place he goes, that is kitchen. So here how a domestic setup is explained within a home. So the first place where we search our mother, it is in the kitchen, because it is the major place where she carries out her domestic activities. Because she is the one who cooks and feeds us. She is the one who takes care of so many other things. So she was not in the kitchen. Adige koniyalli aake irlilla. Then she was not in the backyard. So the very next place where he searches his mother is the backyard. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿತ್ತಲು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಿತ್ತಲಿನ ಮನೆಯ ಹಿಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾನೆ. But she was not anywhere. She was not anywhere. She was not in the kitchen. She was not in the backyard. She was not anywhere. So it is very surprising for him that he was not able to find his mother in his home. ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So what happened later? He did not stop his searching. He looked and looked. Look at that word, looked and looked. So the emphasis is given that how desperate he is to see his mother. He looked and looked. ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕ್ದ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. And he was not able to find her. ಆಕೆ ಆತನ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So what happened? He grew frantic. The word frantic is very significant. He grew frantic. So what happened because of this? ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಕಾಣದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ? ಹಿ ಗ್ರೀವ್ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಂಟಿಕ್. ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಂಟಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಆ ಒಂದು ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಲೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಪೇಷಂಟ್. ಹಿ ಗ್ರೀವ್ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಂಟಿಕ್. ದೆನ್ he look at the desperation which he shows, where he is trying to find his mother. He looked even under the beds. He searched for her. He looked for her even under the beds. ಹಾಸಿಗೆಯ ಕೆಳಗೆ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾನೆ. Where he found old shoes and dust balls. So the only things which he finds under the bed is nothing but old shoes and dust balls. ಹಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ಚಪ್ಪಲಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಧೂಳುಗಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವನ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಮದರ್. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅನ್ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಮದರ್ ಎನಿವೇರ್. ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್? He became so frantic and so desperate because he was unable to find his own mother within the home. ಮನೆಯ ಒಳಗಡೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕಾಣದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ he ran out of the house. So the next thing which he did was he ran out of the house. ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಓಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು. Look at the he ran out. It shows a kind of desperation, yes, tension in his mind. So ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಆತ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ and shouting, ಚೀರ್ತಾನೆ, ಆತ ಕಿರ್ಚ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಮ್ಮ. The word which he shouts is amma. So look at the word amma here. Here it is not an English word. It is, you can say Kannada word, or it is a word used for mother in South Indian languages. So here he shouts amma. So the use of Indian words, the language words of Indian origin is a very significant part of Indian English writing. So here the poet uses the same word amma. He shouts amma, but he was unable to find her. So he questions her. Where are you? So he is questioning his mother. Amma, neenu elliddiya? Where are you? I am home. I am hungry. Like a school child, like a small boy coming back from his school, he shouts for his mother and he says, I am home. Nanu manege hintirigi bandiddene. I have returned home. I am hungry. Nanage hashivagide anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. But in any other day, he would have got a response from his mother. But today, there was no answer. There was no answer. ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಉತ್ತರ, ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಏನೂ ಕೂಡ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾಟ್ ಈವನ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕೋ. ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್. ಅವನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಇರಲಿ, ಆದರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಈವನ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕೋ, ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಧ್ವನಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ನೌ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಹೋಮ್. He ran out. He is standing in the middle of the road on a blazing afternoon in the deserted means lonely, ಏಕಾಂತವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್, ಆ ಒಂದು ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ blazing with sunshine, ಸುಡುವ ಬಿಸಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ he is searching for his mother. He has returned home and he is searching for his mother, but he is not getting any response from her. Like a schoolboy, he is standing helpless. But what is important in the poem? The last two lines. So till now, we may feel that this act of returning and searching for mother was done by a small boy, a small school-going kid. But all of a sudden, the poem shifts, the time shifts, because the speaker, the narrator, suddenly, all of a sudden, dhidirane, he remembered. The word remember is very significant because it connotes the act of memory or memorizing the past. He remembers, he returns to his memory, where now he realizes he was now 61. 61 refers to his age. Now he is 61 years old. ಅವನಿಗೆ 61 ವರ್ಷ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ. And he had not has a mother for 40 years. and he had not has a mother from last 40 years. ಕಳೆದ 40 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನ ಆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ ಕಂಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So what we can understand in the last two lines that he has lost his mother long back, maybe 40 years ago. But even today, the memories, the love, the tenderness, the caring shown by his mother is still so fresh in his memory is that as soon as he returns home, even after so many years, even after he has reached age of 61 in his life, still he yearns for his mother's love. And suddenly he remembered that he had not had his mother from 40 years. 40 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಅವನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಆಕೆಯನ್ನು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So what we can see here in the poem, an act of memory which is very significant to understand his love towards his mother and also the kind of affection his mother had shown to him when he was a young boy. So you can see a kind of pathos in the voice of the speaker where he yearns for the love of his mother. So returning is not just the act of coming back to home, but it is also a kind of reminiscence, remembering his past and remembering his mother. So in this way, we can try to understand this poem, analyze this poem, Returning by A K Ramanujan. Thank you.